All right, we got Corbin Claypool next, a mortgage, the Claypool Group in the house. And once again, we bring extreme value. We have not just months or days, but years of value here on this Cash Greg Rights Live. And we just want to bring more value to the public, to the agent, to the brokers, to the loan officers, to everybody out there that wants to have real information that they can actually use and utilize. Okay, let's get going. Corbin, you're always first on this podcast. We're going to give a real estate market update. And first, we're going to give a loan mortgage update, something quick on the national scene, and then more in tune for the Central Valley, Fresno, California area. Go for it. What do you got today?
Absolutely. So I have some statistics that I pulled up here let me pull this up here. So housing starts, which talking about new construction, was down about 9.5% in April, which is much weaker than the expectations. Single family starts, which is starts means new construction, which is very important for our industry, was down 13%. So this is actually right from the MBS highway. That's the national look at things.
Mm-hmm.
The mortgage bonds continue to trade in the range between. I'm not going to go into that because that's a little too difficult to understand. But basically, the mortgage bonds are right about where they have been. They kind of been trending in the same area now for a few weeks. I do anticipate with the amount of inflation that we're seeing, we're going to see possibly an increase in rates to stop the inflation because it's crazy right now. I mean, gas is through the roof. Everything's starting to go through the roof. And, it's just crazy that it could happen this fast in 2021. That's all I'm going to say about that. But
can I share something?
Yeah.
What you're noting, you brought a couple good points. You're right. I've been tracking the new construction, and they're down about, let's say, about 10%. But I talked to the builders, and they have a waiting list. So listen to that. Housing starts are down 7 to 13% nationally, depending where you're at. And in the Fresno area, we're down about 10%. But here's the key. I asked a builder, how long is your buyer waiting list? 4 months is the lowest I could find. And that was a very expensive type of properties. 4 months, as high as 18 months buyer waiting list. I go, so why is the construction down if the demand is up? Buyer demand for new homes is up. Why? Because there's a shortage of lumber, the cost of lumber. So that's affected the housing starts. Okay. So there's a huge waiting list for those. So buyers, get on the waiting list with the new construction, or we can get you in a resale. Resale you can get in a lot quicker, and with more inventory coming, and now's the time. Corbin, I just wanted to share why that's happening. Those construction starts, they're just the supply. Everybody's building, so they're all trying to get the supply first, right? So they're backed up. And builders have that long waiting list, so that's why resale is your friend right now, and there's more inventory coming. So let's get you into resale. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that, but that kind of ties into what you're saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the cost of lumber is kind of on the lines of the inflation. It's just going up. I even saw people talking about building in different ways now and all this kind of stuff. Who knows if that's going to actually happen? But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. As far as the interest rates, we're trending in the low 3s to high 2s. They're definitely up since 6 months ago or so, but they're not up to the point where they're in a bad spot. And realistically, they're still at all-time lows. 3%, 2.99%, 2.875% is a very, very, very low rate in the big scheme of things, and where things are going to go. I think in the next 6 to 8 months. I mean, even the most educated gurus on the mortgage market thought that the rates were going to tick up, already 0.5% or more, and I haven't seen that. They're right where they're at. So I think overall everything's staying pretty stable, and maybe in the next 6 to 8 months it goes up a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see with the inflate. The main thing is with the amount of inflation that's going on, that usually causes a rise in the interest rates. So we'll see.
That's the only way known demand to curb inflation, to slow it down with higher interest rates. So maybe we'll be at 3.5 to 4.5. It's still an excellent rate, right?
Yeah.
But you can buy now, buy. And let me tell you what. If you think your professional real estate agent or lender is guiding you right, which we are, let me give you a testimonial here. I used Corbin as my lender. I just purchased a home, higher priced home. And I did that because I know it's the time to buy. Corbin just did that too recently. So we know it's the time to buy. So when we're preaching this, it's because we live in it. We're doing it. So we're telling you the same thing. Now's the time. If there is any market correction, which I don't see anytime soon, then that's going to get eaten up by any interest rate. So now is the time. You're just in a great spot to buy or sell right now, and it's going to remain that way for an extensive period of time. So it's go time. So that was good. And, you got me in an interest rate that was a little bit lower a couple months ago, 2.75. But you're getting people in 2.75 to 3.25, and they're doing backflips on this stuff. They're excited about these low interest rates. So being that Corbin's a broker, he's got opportunity there to shop the banks and get you the best rate and terms that he can, along with great service. The service has been impeccable. I mean, there's no balls dropped. You're always waiting for that ball to drop, but never drops. So it just gets better and better. He works with efficiency. He's scaling up his business, and appreciates all the good clients we send him to. So what else you got on the local scene for loans?
Yeah, no, I think that's kind of the majority of it. We're seeing, as you've seen, I think things are easing up on the purchases a little bit, where more people are getting accepted offers. Not sure if that's just coincidence or that's the market.
We just gave you one today, right? We just hooked you up with one today, accepted.
Yeah.
One coming. So.
Yeah, we have close to 10 deals already this week, and that was not the case a couple months ago when the inventory was really low. Because I think it's coming up a little bit. You can be the judge and tell me about that, because I know you're more, you research that more. But I think hopefully in the next 3 to 4 months, we're going to have some sort of, it's going to be easier for these first-time home buyers to get in homes, because at the end of the day, that's probably the most exciting person to help, right? The first-time home buyer who's buying a home for the first time, and they're super excited to get in their home. And, it takes a little bit of the fun out of it when they have to go search for a bunch of homes right now. That's not to say you can't get in one, because you definitely can. With the right agent and the right team, you can get in one. But just makes it a little more difficult. So I'm hoping to see that kind of ease up a little bit in the next 3 to 4 months.
Absolutely. So that was very good update on the mortgage scene nationally and locally around Fresno, California. So on the real estate scene, guys, we talked about the new construction. How backed up they are. 4 months to 18 months is the best that I'm finding all through the Central Valley, from Merced, basically Fresno, Chowchilla, all the way to about Bakersfield. So they've got a shortage of building materials because they're building like cray. So they know it's the time to buy. That's why they have long buyer waiting lists, and resales now ticking up, meaning that we've got more listings in the last week, the second week of May. Since Mother's Day, we've got more listings put on the market from a couple weeks ago till now than we have in a long time. And in most cases, instead of 5 to 15 offers, let's say, per transaction, per listing, we're getting 1 to 3, 1 to 4. Much better for the buyers. We're getting offers accepted once again, and now's the time. And buyers, here's the good news: there's going to be more and more inventory coming on the market day after day and week after week. So it's going to get easier for you. We're still in a very good market for buyers and sellers. So the opportunities are there for you, and take advantage of those interest rates. We're going to see it become a lot easier for the buyers as we move forward, which is good for the lenders and the agents and everybody. A good, fair, stabilized market that's moving good for the buyers and the sellers. The information here is the same as it was 3 weeks ago. The new report hasn't came out yet. We had in April of 21, we had 816 homes for sale come on the market. New listings on the market was 1,272. For sale was 816 active. We sold 991. and we penned at 1,235. The total for April was we're basically selling 95% of the inventory coming on the market in the first month that it's on the market. If you look at a 60-day period, we're selling more than that's coming on the market. That is starting to shift now a little bit to a more stable, healthy market. So that's why I say there's going to be more inventory. They're still getting purchased right away by the buyers because there's still lots of buyer activity taking advantage of the rates, but there is more listings coming out, which is good for the buyers out there. Months of inventory from a year ago to today. Last year in April, we had 2.6 months of inventory. This year, we have 0.8 of 1 month. We have basically 24 days of inventory. If we didn't list another house today, 24 days, the inventory would be gone. And the standing inventory right now is about, let me get that right number for you here, 816 active on the market. But again, we're selling 95% of those in the first 3-4 weeks. Okay. Absorption rate is 0.8 of 1 month. They'll be sold. Active price. The active price is 426,000. Average sold price is 313. Now we're going back to April of 2020. Let me bring those numbers forward. Active price is 589 this year, right? Up about 20%. And average sold price this year over year from last year was 313 last year. It's 388 this year. Wow. And we're holding steady. This is the new normal real estate pricing because people are moving in from the Bay Area, the coastal areas. It's one of the last affordable good places of California, right here in Central Valley and Fresno, right? Clovis, Madera. So it's a great time to take advantage of that. Average price per foot last year was 175. This year, how much do you think the price per foot is this year? If last year was 175, Corbin, a foot.
I'm guessing over $2 a foot now.
Yeah, $2.09, $2.10 a square foot. So there's your, about 20% increase, right? So it's there, and it's kind of like Dave Ramsey saying, and these different gurus. This is the new normal. Why is it the new normal? We're not going to have this big old giant correction that a few people think. It's because the interest rates are good. They're going to stay pretty good. The prices are up across the nation. There's really hardly any defaults. People were loan pre-approved when they bought houses this time around. They don't want to wreck their credit. And the very few people that are in any distress, which is 1 out of 6, 1 out of 7 homes, the banks are working with them because of the COVID. So there's no foreclosure market. No big correction is going to happen. The only thing that's going to happen is rates going to go up probably a little bit, and prices might stabilize. But take advantage of the low rates now. So that's why this idea what goes up, come down is not going to happen this time. It's a special market that we're in. Never had been before, probably never will be again. So difference in price. Last year, April, 99% of asking. So if a house was $300,000 last year, they're getting 99% of asking. They're getting $297 on average. This year, they're getting 101%. So they're getting 1% over asking. So buyers, think about that. When you make an offer, you want to be above asking to have a chance 1 or 2%. So that's an average of 101%. Sold properties, average days on the market last year was 36. This year's 18. 18 days on the market. 36 last year, 18 this year. So it's cut in half. So things are moving twice as quick as they used to. Okay. And the medium sold price last year, 282. This year, 349. So basically 350 on a sold this year, 282 last year. And that's been floating between the 248 and 260 mark for months, right around 350,000 for a sold property. So expect to pay that for a good solid home. Entry level homes, what are we looking at, Corbin? We're selling our buyers nice homes, entry level, for right around 275 to 285. Entry level, 1,400 square feet, something like that, in a decent area. And up from there, if you want more bells and whistles, a bigger home, it goes from 270, 275 up to 360 for a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath, anywhere from 1,350 to 1,800 square feet, right?
Yep.
USDA, you guys have that product, zero money down, United States Department of Agricultural loan.
Yeah.
And we, as you know, are listing agricultural properties. They have to be an agricultural area. So we've got those kind of things. If somebody wants to live in the country, you can go all the way up to about 450, almost about 500,000 now, and get yourself a USDA conventional loan. Zero money down. Talk to me. Talk to Corbin. We'll get it done for you.
Yep.
What else you got?
That's really it, man. I think other than that, everything's pretty much back to normal in the mortgage world, and rates are staying pretty stable. So
it's great. It's great. Hey, thanks a lot for getting me that loan on that property that we invested in. You know, it's been great.
Keeping us
home. We're excited about the future. I love to see all the buyers out there. We're putting 2 deals in escrow today. We put one, another one's coming. We took another listing, another one's coming. Just a whole bunch of movement in the market. We are glad to be of service to you and the public and value. Guys, chime in too. Let me and Corbin know what else you would like on these podcasts to get you the information that you're looking for. We only know what you tell us. So we'd like to give more value to the public and know what you're doing. Corbin's got a phone number. Go ahead, Corbin. Maybe they could text you some ideas.
It's going to be 559-313-5819.
559-313-5819.
Yep, that's my new number.
Mine is 559-260-1777. I'd like to hear from you. If you have some ideas, what you want me and Corbin to put on this podcast, we'd like to add it and give you all the information you're looking for. Guys, have a great week. Time to get off the fence. It's time to buy. Talk to you soon. Have a great week.
You guys, you too. Bye. Thanks. Bye-bye.